So, welcome back to yet another Book of Boba Fett review. I'm sorry that this one is quite literally a week late. School has gotten a hold of me, and we're just trying to study, trying to live. So, chapter 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. So, we thought that we were all going to get a Boba Fett episode, but we didn't. Instead, we got a full-on Mandalorian episode. Weaved Jordan, he's back. He's back. So we are met with Mando and a bunch of Klatooinians, one of whom who has a bounty on their head. This is the Mando we all know. Of course, we get, I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold. From Din. Oh my gosh. Dude, that is a callback to the very first episode of The Mandalorian, where he tells this fishy fellow, I can't even remember his name. He's irrelevant. He had a bounty on his head. I mean, he's still alive, but anyways, he cut off this Klatooinian's head and left to talk to his employers, people who hired him for the bounty. So what Din actually wants to find is the remainder of the covert. The armor and Paz Vizsla are what's left over of these Mandalorians. Paz ends up challenging Din for the Darksaber, and the armor also asks if Din has ever taken off his helmet, which Din eventually says yes to, because he did when Grogu left with Luke. So Din doesn't know to use the Darksaber, just the same as Sabine Wren in Rebels. I mean, Jedis train their entire life to get as good as they get, so this makes logical sense. So at this point, according to the Creed, Din is no longer a Mandalorian. The only way Din can redeem himself is by going to the living waters below the mines of Mandalore. Yeah. So this may be some Mando Season 3 foreshadowing, which is pretty cool. We then have a droid denying Din to board a flight due to all of his weapons. He abides by this and puts all the weapons in a case, which, like it was, he's like, no, like I can't, weapons are a part of my religion. The droid's like, do you want to get on this cruiser or not? Like, I'm just glad that droids don't typically inflict emotion unless they're K2SO or C3PO. Or R2D2, really any of the main droids. Any sort of side droid that like isn't like a main integral part of the story will not have emotion. It just doesn't exist for that droid. So then, of course, we're brought to Mos Espa again with a new starship. Well, it's an old starship being revealed. It's a freaking N1 Naboo starfighter. And we get this whole montage-y sort of style rebuild that was very entertaining. It was a pretty good time, and I mean the fact that like Mando, of course Mando's gonna help. What's her name? Anyways, she must be an irrelevant character in my mind. Oh yeah, and we also learned that Jawas are very furry. Very furry. Okay. Then we get to see the N1 starfighter fly. He's of course intercepted by New Republic officers played by Max Lloyd Jones and Paul Sung-Hyun Lee. Really great to bring these guys back. Of course, we don't have Filoni as one of the pilots, which I mean, it makes sense that they kind of like balance it out where they're like, okay, like Filoni's not going to be in this one, but he's going to be in this one. So they just put him in the other one. Because then Max plays the deepfake Luke Skywalker. He was speeding in up next to a cruiser, which isn't allowed. But he ended up just jetting away from the N1 starfighter, which, there's some comic relief there, and he just jets off, and he's like, he didn't even power up his hyperdrive. Oh, that's not his hyperdrive, kid. Like, a little lesson in starships. Not all of them need a hyperdrive to go away that fast. These Naboo starfighters are built different. They were royally commissioned by the Queen of Naboo. Which would that be Queen Amidala? Like Padme? Or was it a queen prior to her? I don't know. I didn't really look into it. Yeah, he just jets away. And then he, of course, returns to the hangar. There is Fennec Shand with an offer to help Boba Fett. Mando, of course, is on the house. As I would imagine, he has immense respect for Boba Fett. So, I mean, overall, I'd give this episode like an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed the extra level of lore that we've been given. You know, people kind of complain like, oh, well, we didn't get Boba Fett. Like, it's like, we at least got Fennec Shand. And the reality of it is that, like, we'll get Boba Fett back at some point, right? So, we had a lot of Boba Fett the first few episodes. I mean, sure, it's called the Book of Boba Fett, and maybe we deserve a bit more Boba Fett, but is there going to be more than one season? I can't remember. Yeah, like it's a really good show. It's a Filoni and Favreau little show. It's a good one. It's a good one. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this review. Please, if you haven't already, remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And may the Force be with you.